Hello there, this is Yogi, and today we talk about yet another pitfall we run into when we have hard conversations. And this pitfall is trying to win an argument. When the winning an argument, or being right, becomes the focus of the hard conversations, not how do we find creative ways to fulfill our needs. An example is this. I used to tell my wife, then girlfriend, not to watch so much TV. Okay, and we got into a lot of fights and arguments about this. And one time she asked me about what do I need? Let's focus on that instead of me controlling behavior. And that used to be a lot harder conversation, but once I figured out what I'm needing, it actually changed the focus of the conversation. It was not about me being right, me being righteous that watching TV is bad. It's about what are my needs that are not being met. The question occurs a lot of time when I talk to people is, why do we do it? Why do we always want to be right? One thing is we get a rush by winning. We get a rush of adrenaline rush, or we get a feel-good kind of thing by winning, by being right. And also, system one, in the terminology of Daniel Kahneman, system one, which is more primal, and once system one takes over, the limbic system takes over, we become tunnel visioned. We forget really what we are here for. We just want to feel good, and being right and winning feels good. And there's a lot of price we pay for trying to be right. Number one is, when somebody loses in an argument, the loser keeps trying to get back in the long-term relationship. And when there's no winning or losing in a long-term relationship. Either you find a win-win situation or you end up both losing. And the loser, quote unquote, if there is a win-lose situation, you're trying to win, the loser will keep trying to come back and keep fighting and never goes away. The hard conversation keeps becoming harder and harder and harder. And even if it's not a long-term relationship, it's a one-shot interaction, you never know, number one, when you need to interact with the person again. I mean, the world is a small place, and sometimes we need to interact with people again when we didn't think we will need to. And even if we don't, I feel crappy if I use some nasty tactics to win an argument. In college days, I found after a lot of arguments that the best way to win was just not get into an argument and just chuck, I don't know. They basically look down on people and they really feel bad and there's a sense. But I felt crappy after that. I won the argument, but I feel crappy. And this is not a best way to build relationships. Also, we do it also because a lot of times we associate our self-worth with winning. And that's a very flimsy association, because winning sometimes doesn't happen, and we keep feeling unsure and uncertain about our self-worth. So these are some of the reasons we do it and the price we pay for doing it, because our even self-worth can be associated with just winning or losing in one argument. And here are some of the lessons we can glean from this pitfall. First thing is really figuring out, what do you want? You want to be right, or do you want to be peaceful and content? And being right feels like it's important. Okay, I'm for science, I'm for scientific understanding, and I'm for, making people right. But is that really important for you? Or being peaceful and content is more important for you? And a lot of times, if we are peaceful and content and be compassionate with people, they're willing to listen to us more anyway. And the second lesson we glean from this is, if we reduce the amount of area we really want to win, then we can focus our energy on those instead of every little argument we try to win. If I want to, like on a traffic light, I want to get ahead of this guy, or every situation becomes about winning and losing, a lot of energy is dissipated in these small and insignificant endeavor that we keep playing into. So think about that, whether you want to be right or peaceful and content, and what is your focus area? Where do you want to really win long term? So in short, the pitfall here was that winning and being right becomes a focus in a conversation, and then the hard conversation becomes harder. It's not easy to kind of have a co-creative solution when people are trying to win, and some people are, of course, will lose then. And we lose peace when we do that. We lose relationships in the process. Figure out your priorities. Then through being mindful, don't let system one take over. Don't let limbic system take over. And that's a very hard ask for you, you know. The limbic system takes over whenever it wants to take over. But if you're mindful, we can observe kind of emotional amygdala hijack taking over, and we can kind of step back for a moment. Okay. And if you keep running into this, then of course, talk to somebody, get some help, or I think the best thing is to also take yourself out of the situation and also practice mindfulness. I hope this was helpful. If I can help you in any way, of course, feel free to reach out. I wish you all the best to work through these pitfalls and make hard conversations easy. Thank you for listening and watching.